I'll never forget the look of betrayal on her face as first responders carried her away. But I didn't know what else to do. She'd been talking about killing herself for days, and I was just scared that I wouldn't see her alive again. I tried everything to avoid calling 911 because I've been to the ER for more than one mental health crisis, so I know what it's like to be treated like a criminal for not wanting to live. So as I watched her float away on that gurney, I made a promise. I'd find her wherever they took her. She wouldn't be alone. And my worst fears came true. I visited her every day, and every day she told me of a new story of cruelty, that they wouldn't honor her pescatarian diet, so she just went without eating. She was on crutches and no one helped her get around. Every time she tried to speak up, they threatened to extend her stay. I was furious. I started sneaking food to her under my clothes. I demanded to speak with leadership. I told my aunt, who was advocating with me, they don't know who they're messing with. I'll chain myself to the front door and give them a PR nightmare. Thankfully, it didn't come to all of that because she was released within a few days. And not long after that, I started learning about self-compassion. The most helpful definition I've heard comes from Rick Hansen, who says that self-compassion is the feeling of being on your own side. In one meditation, he asks us to remember a moment when we show deep compassion to someone else. Feel what that feels like in your body, he said. I remembered my shaking hands smuggling protein bars into that mental health facility. I remembered the fire under my skin as I imagined chaining myself to the door. Then he asked, can you turn that feeling toward yourself? And suddenly it occurred to me that I had given my friend my advocate self. I realized I've spent years showing up that way for people I don't even know. I've risked my safety, my time, my freedom, my will for the well-being of others. And it hit me. Self-compassion is when that fierce advocate I've been for others shows up for me. That's the voice I was trying to write from in the song When You Call, the voice of the inner advocate, the one who says to themselves, I'll always show up for you. I think a lot of us underestimate self-compassion because we think it'll make us too soft to survive. We tell ourselves we have to armor up to thrive in this unfair, unrelenting, violent world. So we get cold with ourselves and call it strength. But experts say otherwise, that self-coldness doesn't make us stronger. It actually lowers our resilience. It raises our stress, kills motivation, increases anxiety and depression, and can even weaken your immune system. What we actually need is someone in our corner. Not the voice of some slave master or drill sergeant or angry T-ball coach in our head screaming at us to suck it up, make it work, or to do better. We need someone who would sneak food into the place where we're trapped. We need someone who's willing to chain themselves to the door for us to make sure that we're okay. And sometimes that someone has to be you.